What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track. Never whack, bring it back. We are here with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 11. We are out here. We got a banger ass chapter. See, if you're watching, if you're listening, you can't see the emphasis that I put, but I put a lot of emphasis into the word banger there because it's that much of a banger. But we got a banger ass chapter to go over today, and I'm very much looking forward to going over it with the Straw Hat crew as always. We are here with the gang. We got that boy BlackHawk in the building. What's going on, brother?
Good. It feels good to be back.
Back in the flesh after a few weeks. Nah, I mean, definitely happy to see you back here and all that, man. We got that boy DP in the building. What's good, bro?
What's good? You know, Chopper's #1 fan out here.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro. We got that boy Mr. G in the building too. What's good, bro?
Oh, what's good, everybody? Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. We got that boy Straw Hat in the building too.
What's good, y'all? What's good? Fire chapter, let's go.
Oh. Yes, sir. And last but of course not least, we got that boy Yhuss. What's going on, brother?
Sir, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm ready to talk about this insane chapter.
Oh, yes. This chapter was an absolute banger. We're gonna do the regular thing where I do my little chapter review. I'm gonna do a little synopsis, go over, just break it down a little bit what happened, and then we're just gonna go right into it because we got a lot to go over. I don't know if you've heard, but this chapter was a banger. So we definitely got a lot to go over. So let me just get through this synopsis shit real quick, and then we'll just go right into it to break down the shit. So chapter 1043, we die together. Was the official title different? I didn't have a chance to look at the official before we started.
The official title is Let's Face Death Together.
Same thing. Okay, yeah. Basically same thing.
Same difference.
Yeah. So start off the chapter with the end of last chapter where Luffy gets smacked in the face with the full on with the Thunder Bagura. We get the announcer announcing that Kaido is the winner of the fight. We then see Kaido attacking the CPO agent, asking him do you realize what he's done, and then attacking the agent who doesn't say anything. We don't see the outcome of this attack, where we could presume that he's gravely injured, if not dead, but it's One Piece so people don't die, so we don't know. We'll see what happens with him, but we do see that he gets attacked, right? We then see Kaido enter the Skull Dome and declare his victory. These pirates celebrate. Nami goes against this, saying he can't be dead. You're wrong. You're an oversized snake. Like, she's basically not having none of it, right? Right. Kaido attacks Nami in retaliation. Marco defends her. Things are looking grim right now. Kid and Law, after seemingly exhausting all their energy, prepare to fight again. We see Carrot and Nico Mamushi run back to the live floor. And Kaido issues an ultimatum to Momonosuke, telling him if he doesn't surrender, the fighting will not stop. Momonosuke, hearing this, wants to comply and surrender to stop everyone from dying, but Yamato tries to convince him to continue fighting, that there is no point in stopping here, and that if we're going to lose, we might as well die together, hence the title of the chapter. Momo stops pulling Onigashima and starts heading to the Skull Dome when Dunisha starts speaking. In the panels during this part of the chapter, we see sound effects of drum sounds, and Zunisha starts speaking to Momo, saying that he can hear the drums of liberation, and it takes him back, and without a doubt, Joy Boy has returned. And at the same time, we cut back to Luffy, who was originally passed out on the top of the skull, now smiling, with some type of weird effect happening to the top of his head where it's like melting almost.
Yep.
And yeah, end of the chapter. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah,
That's so crazy.
wild ass chapter.
Oda really dropped the most wild chapter in One Piece. Is like, yeah, I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Yeah. So here's this big ass revelation for this thing, for this mystery that we've been hinting on for almost a decade now. But yeah, enjoy the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Well deserved though.
Well deserved. Nah, Oda. First of all, Oda's the fucking GOAT, and I am never mad when he takes a break because he deserves it. Because that nigga works his fucking ass off, bro.
Bro, I heard he spent like 3 hours, man. man. Like some shit like that. Like it is OD.
Yeah, 100%. I'm never mad when he takes a break. He deserves it. We'll take these 2
He really
weeks.
does.
We'll put the theories in the melting pot and we'll see what comes out, right? But
Okay, I gotta say before we get started. Can we talk about how much of a fucking goat Kaido is? This nigga pulled up. He's like, Luffy's dead. Whoever wants to smoke can come get it.
yeah,
Bro.
Bring me Momonosuke so I can end this shit.
Bro, Kaido was mad. See, here's the thing: when you read that, and Kaido was mad at the CPA, he was like, "Do you realize what you fucking done?"
Yeah.
And he went down. It's like those. And that was like a retaliation. Like he was mad. He was like, "All right, listen up, bitches. I fucking kill Luffy. And fuck all y'all." He was mad.
It was done, bro. He was like, "Bring me Momonosuke."
Yeah,
was
I thought
crazy.
he'd be more depressed, but he was cheese, bro.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. I think you could look at it 2 ways, and the other half of the way is what Strawhat said that I mean not Strawhat, what Yhuss said. Because like in that panel when he hits Luffy and realizes what the fuck just happened, he looks like depressed, sad, like as though he
does.
like knocked out his best friend on accident.
yeah.
Because I mean he is look no like he's still drunk, swinging, having the time of his life, fighting somebody because he never get to fight like this. But at the same time, like that's so fucking crazy. Oda can write something like that to where you can perceive this either way, and you're right.
It's because
I love this. I love this.
at that time, Kaido had that PTSD, that flashback, you know, with the moment with Odin, right?
Yeah, we were talking about this last week. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I love how Kaido's able to bounce back and just take out the CP0 agent. But the CP0 agent just took it, bro. He knew what he did, and he's like, I'm gonna accept my fate.
Yo,
Yeah.
I gotta shout out the actual like between pages 3 and 4, like the CP0 agent on the rooftop, bro. He like the guy Kaido's like, yo, you know what you did? He doesn't even look at him. He just looks down, he tips his hat, and then Kaido smokes him. The next time, the guy looks up. The guy that gave him the order, the guy that's in the room that hasn't like done anything. He looks up at the roof after hearing that like smash, and then he tips his hat. That's like a nice little small moment, you know, like
Yeah.
I respect these CP0 niggas.
That's why I think he might be dead.
Nah, he's
Only
dead.
because of the way that dude looks, you know.
Bro, it's One Piece, and I'm sure he's dead. I can't
Yeah,
understand
no,
that.
without a doubt.
That
That
nigga
guy
is-
is dead as hell.
Yeah,
That guy
I
is
mean
a
the
dead
dude.
body.
I mean, yeah, the way they see this whole time, we thought that maybe that CP0 agent, maybe he looked at like he regretted doing that to Luffy. Nah, he regretted doing that because he knew his life was over.
He was like, yeah, I'm done after this.
Bro, he should have got employee of the lifetime. Like,
They give him the
They better
give him
name an
most-
award
most
after him.
famous Medal of Honor, bro.
They give him a whole island, bro.
Yeah.
because I swear, if I die like that, I need everything. You need to support my family. You need to support
my kids in college and shit.
right, like everything after that shit. Because
I
that
was
was
a
just
feared, powerful man, and now I get squished into I don't even know what they call it. That's
A bloody
pile
pulp.
of blood on the floor.
Yeah.
And he
That's
might have
all he is.
and he might have low key died for nothing because based off the end, Luffy's still
Yeah.
like. Well, we'll get to that
Exactly.
point, but yeah, like
He about to get right back up. You died for nothing.
so,
And no one's gonna know. Everyone's gonna think like they just failed the mission and stuff like that. Like, nah, this nigga did his thing, bro.
Yeah, nah, Kaido is definitely a fucking G. He's turning out to be probably my favorite villain in the whole series. And then once we get his backstory, it'll probably be solidified.
bro. Kaido is so dark when he comes down. He got that menacing look. He said, "I don't give a fuck about no one." He said, like, basically, like, y'all should, like, just bow down to me. Stop it. Y'all knew what the fuck y'all like got into by getting into this war. Winners do not win. If you choose war, you gotta accept the results. You gotta have the result. And that's why I love Kaido so much. Like, Kaido's just like, you know what you did. You don't get to complain.
Yeah, he
When
said,
he
I
was-
love that speech. I
Bro,
love that
when
speech.
he was saying that, like, oh, everybody who's living is gonna become my slaves. I don't give a fuck when y'all die, cause I'm gonna just get more when y'all die.
Yeah,
I'm like,
nah, he was on demon time.
Kaido really
Right.
just
He was definitely on demon
I
time.
respect
Yeah,
someone who just throw
100%.
it out
I was
on
like-
table like that.
Oh my god, Kaido. He is like, he's not. It's over now. It's over.
That's a fact. Like, there's no more. It's done.
I do like that in the official translation, real quick, because when Nami speaks up to him, he says like, "Well, at least one of you has some moxie," Because like she's talking back to him and shit, and then fucking Marco tanked that
Yeah,
attack.
I wanted to go back to that for a sec. Nami is the motherfucking goat of
Yes.
the Straw
Without a
Hats,
doubt.
and
Without a doubt.
this arc, this Act 3 of Wano specifically, like I have grown so much more respect for Nami, and I've already had a lot of respect for her before this. But like she is inching her way up that my favorite Straw Hats. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Nami's sick.
She is so fucking sick, yo. The fact that she, in the midst of finding out her captain might be dead, stood up to this Hulk of a man of Kaido, like standing up to this big ass man, just trembling over everybody like that, and still talking to him like that, knowing that she is powerless against him. Like she's a G, man.
Yeah, he will murk her in an instant. And
Yeah.
she's like,
Bro, but she
called him a
still
liar.
she still said that shit with her chest, bro.
Her whole fucking chest,
That
bro.
you lion half lizard bitch. She was.
Yo,
about it.
I fuck with
She
Nami
was
so
ready to
much,
go.
bro. Yes, bro. My,
You know when she gonna die.
yeah, 100%.
I gotta mention too, one thing I keep forgetting is that Chopper is a kid, because like this is the second time, Luffy has been pronounced like dead or whatever. And both times, Chopper believes it, right? Like he's like, "Are you kidding? Like, Luffy really
Right,
died?"
and the first time, I think Zoro said it to him, or Sanji said it
It
to
was
him.
Sanji, Sanji's like, "Come on, like we've seen this how many times, right?" Like, and I was kind of, like, when I read the chapter, I was kind of cheesed, I was like, "Man, Chopper, what the fuck's wrong with you, dog?
Right.
Like, come on, like, have some faith, But no, I was like, you know what? He's a kid. He's the only one younger than Luffy, I think. Like, so,
He's a
Chopper's,
baby,
what,
bro.
like
He's a baby.
16? I
he's
think
like 17.
16, 17, yeah.
Yeah.
Baby of the group, yo.
He said, "I'm
exactly.
allowed."
Yeah, Nami, great fucking absolute top tier Nami moment, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, bro, I'm saying.
Like standing up to Ulti is one thing, but to fucking Kaido after like everything
Kaido,
was
bro.
so bad, bro.
Nami's a
He
G.
was puffing and puffing, bro. Like,
Real quick on this page too. Something I wanted to point out. Law says that he can't hear Luffy's voice anymore.
yes.
I think that was an extremely peculiar line.
I was talking to Mista about this.
Yes, we were talking about that.
So
go
I
ahead.
think this is just a theory, but I think Luffy might actually be dead, and who's being like resurrected right now is actually Joy Boy, like from the
Yo,
theory. Maybe Law might have to use his power to actually bring Luffy himself back, and the one that's keeping him alive right now is just the fruit itself.
Bro, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
Bro.
that's interesting.
This could be very well the moment that everyone was like hyping up about Law using the infinite, I mean not infinite, but the immortal surgery or whatever. But yo, like I wanted to talk to y'all about that. So that voice thing, like, yeah, I believe that Luffy actually died. Like,
Yeah, same.
because like if you look at the way he's shown, every other time he lost, he had the white pupil, I mean like white eyed and all that other stuff and Oda always draws that to signify someone just got knocked out, like they're unconscious or whatever. But this time it's not even like if you look at it, it wasn't even like fully like even
Right there.
blackish. It was just like his eyes were gone. Like
Yeah, like he
literally
had nothing
gone.
there. It was just
It was
emptiness.
nothing there. It reminded me of Attack on Titan, kind of when they showed those flashbacks of like the first the Founders Titan or whatever, and how all those characters like eyes were pretty much blacked out.
Oh yeah,
It
the
was-
shadows.
yeah.
It reminds me of that, but worse. Like
Yeah, and another thing to add to that exact point is that there's one thing I've been thinking about recently is that I wish I kind of knew Japanese, just because there are some things you wouldn't know if you didn't know Japanese or someone didn't tell you. Like in that panel of Luffy, for example, this nigga's laid out, right?
Yeah.
And just looking at it, it looks like he's laid out. We don't understand any of the Japanese, like the effects or whatever.
Kanji sound effects, yeah.
But the effect above Luffy, it means silence, and it's conveying lifelessness, as in like no heartbeat or whatever.
And
damn,
Right? Like
yeah.
so I had
That's
to ask my
crazy.
buddy. I had to ask my buddy who reads Japanese to like tell me that, like so like, and then if we go by how, like, the sound effect that was near Luffy earlier, later in the chapter, the dum, like that's just, like that might be his heartbeat restarting, right?
Yeah, because that
And
whole
That's
Drums
the
of
drums of liberation. Yeah. So I was thinking
That's
like
actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
yeah, like how how everyone's saying like Luffy's dead, and because this is still a shonen. What if it's up to the crew to bring him back. You know what I mean? Like there's a struggle between Luffy's body, between Luffy and Joy Boy. And we don't know if what Joy Boy's true intentions are. Like they could be good or bad. Like, you know, like they're still very unknown.
There's no way Joy Boy's a bad person. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Based off of the information that we've gotten so far, you know what I'm saying?
I agree, but there's always that possibility though. Like, you know,
I mean, you kind of right, because Kaido Def said himself he was like a failed Joy Boy. Like what? 3-4 chapters ago?
Yeah, but we also don't know what Kaido was like during.
Means.
We don't know what Joy Boy means. We don't know what Kaido was like in his past. Because he very well could have been a Luffy-ass person.
Right.
Before you know what I'm saying? We don't know.
Yeah, the same smile and everything.
Yeah, there's an interesting line in King's flashback right when Zoro defeats him, is that Kaido says to him, like, do you really think I'm still Joy Boy? And then he says, the world I create might not be what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that kind of shows that Kaido's current ideals might not align with what Joy Boy was thinking, right? I guess we're kind of going into it already, so I guess we might as well talk about it. So do we think that this is like some sort of possession? Is it Luffy? Is it Joy Boy?
So hold up. So I just wanted to point out real quick that like the Drums of Liberation thing. I don't know. I know y'all heard of this around the time the chapter came out, but that is a reference in the Bink Sake song sung in One Piece, right? Like, do y'all know the lyrics behind that?
I don't remember the exact lyrics, but I know they're tied to the drums, something about the drums, and then I go ahead. I don't remember. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so like I got the lyrics pulled up right here.
Too, bro, don't worry.
You know, like it's there, but it's not there. You know what I mean?
You have it in front of you. There's no way.
Yeah,
you're busting out the English version of Big Sake, bro.
Right. But I got the lyrics pulled up right here just to give some like context.
Yeah.
It says at the specific part, it says, "Now the waves are dancing, beat upon the drums. If you lose your nerve, this breath could be your last. But if you just hold on, the morning sun will rise." Yo ho 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 ho, you know, like. So yeah, like
the whole with Luffy and the
sun, the dawn,
the dawn and everything like that. That's just, oh man.
Yeah.
I will say that that you guys do have me thinking that he might not be alive in this panel. I didn't originally think that before I came on the show. My original
think Luffy's dead.
My original thoughts were that it's not Joy Boy exactly. It's his inherited will, because as we know, inherited will is like one of the biggest like themes of One Piece in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what my original thoughts were that it was Zunisha feeling that inherited will on Luffy, and that Luffy wasn't dead, and that it's his, whatever his devil fruit is whatever we're seeing right now. That was my original thought. But
I like your idea more.
So like his devil fruit awakening?
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was, his awakening for his devil fruit. Whatever, because we're not even sure if his devil fruit is the Gum Gum, right?
Exactly.
So like we don't even know what so that's why whatever's going on, I just assume was tied to that.
No, I still think that's the case. And even if this is like some like Mrs. says, I agree. I hope it's not. But let's say it is some sort of possession. I think it's still caused by his awakening, right?
Yeah.
See, you think that the devil fruit is tied directly to Joy Boy, which makes sense.
No matter what happens,
I think.
Yeah, based off of.
It's the devil. Like he has awakened his devil fruit. I think no matter what.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I think. Like that's why I think Joy Boy is his devil fruit, and that's what's keeping him alive right now.
What does it mean to have a Joy Boy devil fruit?
I
don't know what that means anymore.
I'm afraid to find out what that means.
Like my question is it some specific fruit that has ties to like some importance in like the what the role is of the person who holds the fruit, or is it just that Joy Boy had this fruit? You know what I'm saying?
Both of it. Kind of like All Might in a way type of thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of like All Might. Yeah.
The way I think about what Joy Boy means as a fruit is like the original person that had the fruit was probably named Joy Boy, and he changed the world with the fruit. So 800 years ago, obviously, and I feel like the next person that get it will become Joy Boy because they get the power to change the world like he did. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
The thing
So
is,
then-
the most annoying part of it is the fact that you have to tie in his rubber powers into it.
Yeah.
Like,
No matter what, Oda has to explain how he survived NL. That's
Well,
it. Like, if we
that's
can get
true.
that, I'm good, bro.
That is true.
I mean, that
That
is
true.
well, that is well, but it's like just stretching in general. Like,
Because there are a
Well-
lot of ideas about how he can stretch, right? Like the Monkey King Enma, the staff ability,
Oh.
right? To just go like stretch. Like there's a lot of ideas, but like, man, that fucking the conducting one, that one.
Invincible to lightning, like that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah, I've heard some.
The theory that I heard that is kind of wild is that Luffy's Devil Fruit is a space fruit. So, like, like when I say space, I mean like,
Space
like,
distortion.
yeah, space distortion,
Yeah.
like space time type
Yeah.
thing, like on that plane. And the reason why Luffy is even rubber to begin with is only because of transient properties of space, being able to manipulate matter. If Luffy believes that it's a rubber fruit, like Shanks tell Luffy like that's the gum
Yeah,
gum?
he told-
fruit?
yeah, he told him.
Like, yeah, so he
Yeah.
might believe.
That's what I was
Wait,
saying
wait,
before.
wait,
I said that last episode.
Wait, he didn't actually tell him first though. Like they found out because he was walking away from Shanks, and Shanks grabbed his arm and then stretched. There's like
Yeah.
that panel of
Oh,
everyone
okay.
being.
Yeah,
So he didn't
yeah,
tell him
so-
that.
Yeah,
No,
well, it's like if it's a space fruit, that would be mind blowing because it's like it's actually like space distortion ability, but because he like
Luffy would
Is-
just become so broken.
Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. If it's like, I hope it's not some like broken ass like OP tier ability, right? Like,
Yeah, because like that's my big thing that I'm worried about right now. It's like I don't want Luffy to come back and he's on like some Sage Mode Naruto or like full Hollow
Yeah.
Ichigo
okay,
type
wait,
shit.
Sage Mode. Sage Mode is not a good comparison. You mean Sage is 6 paths, my nigga?
You know what I,
Yeah,
bro?
no.
You know what I mean?
No,
you know what
no,
I, it's
look,
all
look.
insane. It's all insane. I just don't want him to come back and be like, okay, now I've got this broken ass devil fruit. Let me just one tap everybody. Like,
and here's the thing: if it's a Joy Boy Devil Fruit, right? Does that mean that? Because if it's a Joy Boy Devil Fruit, unless I'm saying this as I like try to buy into the theory, I would believe that it's not necessarily that the person in the past actual name was Joy Boy, but because the fruit's name is Joy Boy. So by like transient property, the person just is Joy Boy because that's the Joy Boy Devil Fruit or whatever. I mean, Luffy's smiling right now. I'm convinced like y'all remember that theory I had a while ago about like, the smile and how it plays a role in like a potential power for the person that's on like death's door, or they're like dealing with something a very peculiar. What did Kaido say? Precarious situation or whatever. He said the more precarious the situation is, the more you smile.
Yeah.
And the more you smile, you ... Luffy
Yeah.
question mark. Like that is like, to me, like, okay, Joy Boy, literally joy in the words, okay, it has something to do with smile. And so I don't know. I like, it's just, I don't know what it could be if it's a Joy Boy Devil Fruit and he has to smile or something in a very dangerous situation to get a superpower or something like that, or something crazy because you smile in the face of adversity, right? So maybe that is like symbolism for that. I don't know. It's
Another thing I actually wanted to mention was that, like, on the same lines of that, is that in the last panel that actually Cali Mac has a very clutch panel placement, Cali.
Yeah.
His grin there. There's actually like a asterisk, and then there's a translation. I think it probably says pronounced Nika in Japanese. The only time we heard
I
Nika
heard-
was from Who's
yeah.
Who, right? So sun god
Yep.
Nika, and
Yep.
a lot of ties to what Joy Boy does, right? Like, or what we think Joy Boy does,
Right.
like, like freeing slaves and by having a smile and whatever, right?
Mhm.
So if so that smile, that grin there is pronounced as Nika, and I know that apparently in Japanese, the same Japanese guy has asked before, is that they show the grin or like smiling as Nico in Japanese. So if that, like you said about smiling and Nika, suddenly there's some sort of connection there, right?
You're
like
right.
With this translation note. And we know that.
Yeah.
And another thing that is that if Luffy, I don't think Luffy actually died. I think it's like his heart stopped, so he probably would have died with no interference, right? Is that people with the Will of D happen to die smiling, right? Ace, among other people. So Jaguar
Roger.
D Stall, right?
Whitebeard.
Right, Roger.
Whitebeard smiles.
I don't think
Smiling when he
Whitebeard's, I don't
died.
think Whitebeard's
Yeah.
part of the Will of D.
Whitebeard
has
isn't
the-
Will of D. Yeah.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it not? Okay, my bad.
No, it's all good. But yeah, like, and I was because there's like more, and another person who died noticeably smiling, but who's not a Will of D is Kozuki Oden. But yeah, so Luffy wasn't smiling, and like we saw on Logtown when he was about to get smoked by Buggy, he was smiling before the lightning struck. So I think like you said about the smile and stuff like that, it's gonna have like some fucking, you know,
connection.
yeah.
Because here's the thing, like when you smile, like like you just said, Logtown, and I use that as the basis for my original theory. When the lightning happened, there were several instances where Sanji and Sanji said to Zoro, like, do you believe that a god exists or a higher power, depending on which translation you read? And Zoro's like, don't be crazy. And then, you know, Smoker's like, it literally feels like a god is like God, or some type of higher power is guiding Luffy or guiding like something. And now we're circled back to this. So now in the One Piece community, the biggest thing is like, oh, this is going to be another Naruto incident or another Destiny, Fate, blah, 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 and stuff like that. So how do y'all overall feel about this direction? Like, do y'all feel like this is good writing? Do y'all feel like this is kind of like getting y'all worried a little?
It definitely...
I'm a little iffy on both sides. Like, it could go good, but it could also hit the Naruto route.
It literally all depends on
this next
how.
chapter.
Yeah, no, I you know what? Honestly, before even that, are we even gonna go back to this situation next chapter? Because there would be some Oda shit for us to go into the flashback right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Or it swaps it like Zoro, what he's doing right now.
Yeah, like oh man, bro.
Not gonna lie. I would love to see a Zoro chapter, but not right now. And
Fact.
to be honest with you, out of all of the instances where someone has become this broken, overpowered entity in the series and then the main character, if it happens to Luffy like this, I'm not mad at it. Let my man be Pirate Jesus.
I'm
Let him
crying,
do
not
him.
Pirate Jesus. Oh
Because
nah.
No, it's literally that, though.
Because
Like, it's actually
look-
like legitimately that though. Like the second coming,
He
bro. of
is
Joy.
actually, he's
Nah,
actually.
yeah, seriously.
Because it's
Real quick.
yo, when you look at the circumstances that Luffy has been in and done, and you compare it to the stories and the way people talk about Joy Boy, it makes sense. That Naruto shit don't make no sense. That Ichigo shit don't make no sense at all.
You know what go ahead.
Oda weave this together perfectly.
Yeah, you know what the difference between them is that the foreshadowing. There's a lot of there's been a lot of foreshadowing from chapter 1. There's been foreshadowing as to Luffy was more than just some random pirate starting a journey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
The seeds were planted.
yeah.
It's not like. Oh, God, sorry.
Real quick. Because we went away from Nika, and they did say about Nika that Nika's a lanky, warrior-like figure with noodly limbs and flame-shaped hair. What do we know about Luffy? He's got noodly-ass limbs.
Bitten.
And
He's
when
bitten.
Hold on.
There's literally a cover panel of the I think it was recently where everyone is like some video game character. So it's like Zoro was Link, Robin was Morrigan from Vampire Savior, and Luffy was Ken, and he had fiery hair, and Ken doesn't have fiery hair.
Yep.
That's sick.
Yep.
Oda dropping hints in the cover
Yeah.
No,
pages.
for real. And I think like Callie said, it all depends on what Oda does with it. And I think, but the thing is, even if Luffy, you know, worked so hard for it, and it was awakening, right? Like we knew it was gonna happen eventually, and if he granted it through getting his Devil Fruit up, like we've been talking about this whole arc, or like this fight with Kaido, especially, his Devil Fruit mastery has just been insane to look at, right? The way he's shifting between year 2 and 3, year 4, Snake Man and Bound Man, like it's mad sick to see.
Right.
So
It
if
was when he. Bro, I was just saying, it's when he got to Wano, like he can just swap in and out of Gear 4 like it's nothing now.
Mhm.
Exactly, right? So if he's gone to this level through, you know, the mastery of his Devil Fruit, then, you know, obviously it was earned, right? But is it really just gonna be the fact that his Devil Fruit just happened to be this one nigga's Devil Fruit that was the goal back in the day? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I am thinking, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, bro, but like, fam, what if Shanks plotted this shit, bro, on the lows, bro? Like, he went for this Devil Fruit, bro. He left it around some kid. Like, I don't know, man.
Nah. Stop where you at right now. That's crazy. Because I looked at the first chapter. just to see if you were right about who said what when Luffy arm got pulled.
Oh, you know, come on, you
and
know.
that's kind of crazy. 'Cause that's fucking insane.
Like, that's my point, because like, Shanks is clearly some sort of figure in the world where people have a lot of respect for him, and he has a lot of ties and can almost do, I don't want to say what he wants, but yo, he talked to the fucking Goro recently.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was about Luffy, right?
It was, well, we don't know what it's about. It was about a
We
certain,
don't know.
it was about a certain
We
pirate.
don't know.
Oh, he said a certain pirate. My bad.
It's Luffy. It's Luffy. We all know.
Bruh.
But now I'm starting to think it's Luffy. Like,
I don't
here's
think
the thing.
so.
Here's the thing. I don't think Shanks is a villain. I've been toying with that idea. I don't think he's a villain. I don't think he's a villain, right?
That's one of the theories, right? That he might be a villain, the main big baddie at the end or whatever.
Yeah, I've been joking
don't
about it.
think
Like, I don't think Shanks is a villain, but I do kind of I'm starting to believe that Shanks might have more of a direct hand in some things than we thought. Like, look at, for example, when Kaido came to Marineford.
Or was supposed to come to
Shanks-
Marineford, yes. Yeah.
Or was supposed to come to Marineford, thank you. Shanks stopped him apparently, but
Mhm.
had like his crew pulled up, no injuries, bro. Like,
Yeah.
not a scratch on them.
And it
So
was
I'm-
confirmed through also as
That King was there, right?
Yeah, that King was there.
That
It was
King
confirmed
was
through a
there.
V card that King was there too.
So
I thought it was.
something
Jack.
like-
No, I thought it was Jack.
Nah,
thought
it was
No, it was
King.
King.
It was King.
It was
Okay.
King.
But and so, like, one thing I really think about is that, like, if he didn't stop him by fighting, maybe he stopped him by giving him some sort of promise in the future. And I think, to me, maybe the idea is that, like, right now there's like people who have a lot of like the people of Willow D, like Ace and Luffy, like they could be the future, and Luffy will challenge you in the future, and he has the potential to become Joy Boy or some shit like that if he's the one who has, you know, started this whole thing by giving Luffy that devil fruit. You know what I'm saying? Because they specifically said Shanks stole it from that marine ship, and if it's some scrub ass fruit like the gum, I'm not now I'm thinking about it, it's too important to be a coincidence. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to
Oh,
add
what the hell? Why are you making so much sense?
to
Nah.
add on-
That's what I do, bro.
to add on to what you were saying, like, if y'all also think about it, there was always that lingering question as to why Luffy's devil fruit is like the same looking as Blackbeard's devil fruit, but just opposite swirls. Literally, what's the
I never
opposite of
noticed that.
dark?
Oh,
Is that a
Yeah.
fact?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I actually have to
Yo.
see that. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
go look at it. It
Nah,
looks
son.
actually.
I'll send a
actually
picture. I have a picture on my
Yeah.
fucking on my in my gallery. I'll send it right now.
Yeah, send
Oh,
it,
yeah,
send it.
post it. I
Yeah.
gotta see that. That's
It looks kind of similar, but then what's the opposite of darkness? Sun. So
Yes.
like, it makes so much like craziness.
Yo,
Like, yeah, I know, right? I
Posted it
know,
in the
right?
chat.
that's crazy.
Where'd you
just
send it?
That's crazy.
Where'd you send
Yo.
it? I
I'll
bet
throw
I
it
put it
up
in
on
the
screen.
Twitter chat.
Nah, I
That's
looked it up
crazy.
on my phone. My bad. That is insane.
Yeah, I know,
That is
right?
actually really
It
crazy.
makes
Wow.
you think, right? Like, so Luffy's devil fruit. You just look at them.
They're
Like-
literally like two of the same fruit, except Blackbeard's fruit. It's like
Pointed out.
It's
like,
inverted. Yeah, it's literally
reversed and
inverted,
Pointed
yeah.
out, and Luffy's is like a ball and it's pointed in.
Yeah.
That's
That is
crazy.
crazy.
Like,
And it has a leaf instead of a. Yo,
You're right. Mind blown,
Nah.
right?
That's interesting.
See,
That's
nah,
very interesting.
because my
actually.
mind was already fucked up from earlier. Because I still, to this day, think to myself, there's no reason for Shanks to get bitched in this bar like this. You're Shanks. Like, your name is known. You can walk into a war and niggas will stop fighting. But if
He's
the
a-
whole reason he got bitched in the bar was, oh my god,
And
It
I
was-
think
it was-
I think he just want to teach Luffy a lesson, right? Like back then,
Oh
like,
my
see,
God.
but what if it was the test?
Inspire
Like, to
him.
see how he would react.
Yeah.
he's a fucking kid though. Like,
Y'all
what
are
do you
going. Y'all are going. Y'all are
Anyway,
going
yeah,
galaxy
all I wanted
brain
to say
right
about
now,
bringing up
bro.
Shanks- yeah.
no,
Let
see,
me,
because
Yeah.
that makes too much sense.
let me dial all the way back. All I wanted to say by bringing up Shanks was that I don't know if he's a fucking villain. I don't know if he's this or that. But my point is that I think there might be maybe a bit more, deliberacy to him stealing that devil fruit and having it around Luffy.
Yeah.
And that, because my point was that in terms of like what this means for Luffy and how he got here, because if it was just literally some random ass devil fruit that he just happened to pick up, and that the awakening is Jesus Christ, like that's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But if Oda were to say like, yo, this is how it's been going on to the story, I've been planting seeds here and here, I'd be like, you know what, Oda, you're the GOAT. I never doubted you ever.
Right.
And I don't, by the way.
I
Right,
do.
and he's gonna tie it all back. This is Oda. We should give him a lot more credit.
Yeah.
He's gonna tie it back and,
100%,
yeah.
and make it like and make us go like, oh my god, my mind. Like,
I
Like,
do
yeah,
think.
like,
I
dead
think.
ass, bro.
Yeah, I think that does have some claim to it, only for the fact that he did give him the straw hat. Like,
And
this
he
is
said the
Goldie
relay.
Roger straw hat. Like, this is not a
Yeah, and he
regular
said the
hat.
relay. There was a kid in the East Blue said the same thing Roger said, and we still don't know what that shit was, by the way. That dream of his, that's like the second one.
Oh, the second dream after he becomes king of the pirates or whatever, the one that Ace told Yamato. Yeah.
Yeah, and so apparently, like Luffy told Shanks that, and like that's why Shanks, has started this, put it all into motion. If that's the case, if it was deliberate, you know what I'm saying?
I got a funny idea. What if you could only use the Joy Boy Devil Fruit if you have a sun hat on, because otherwise it'd be too hot?
Oh my god.
Yo, y'all help.
You're reaching, bro. You're reaching.
That one might be a reach. That might be a reach.
I'm joking. I'm just pointing out though. If this is like some type of sun devil fruit, right? I mean, like the portrayal of Luffy with like fire flames. He's smoking right now.
The smoke and everything.
Literally melting. Like there's some type of like crazy, like he's evaporating type thing. Like if he has some type of sun devil fruit, it's like, yo, cause
if y'all ever seen
the
rubber melt, it
symbolism
looks
would
like
be
that.
crazy. Yeah,
It looks
it does.
exactly like that.
the symbolism is crazy, and like sun always brings people joy, rain brings people sadness, all that other stuff. Like, so maybe that has to do with why Luffy smiles so much, or like what like Willa D members smile. Maybe it's some they praise the sun god. I don't know. Like,
And actually, okay. Now we gotta talk about it. So this whole sun god thing, right? There was another moment before Wano where we heard about a sun god. So I brought it up before, in Skypiea, the snake they were sacrificing people to, Kagara's daughter, was being sacrificed to her. She said, "Why are you sad, Mom? I'm being sacrificed to the sun god." And that's what that big ass snake that Nolan killed. That's what they were referring to it as. So that was an instance of where we had sun god. But I think someone brought it up in the chat. I think it was Kazukami. He said how when they were, and Mr. sent it to the chat earlier today, where the drums they were playing during that ceremony where they're going to sacrifice Kagara's daughter were the same drum beats as in this chapter in Luffy's, when Luffy's heart restarted it. That's what we're taking it as. So there's a lot of there's a connection there to Skypiea. There's a connection to the Big Sake, the drums in the morning sun. So there's definitely a lot. And I think to me is that maybe like from 800, however many years ago, that like whole religion or idea.
Yeah.
You know how in real life, like how things get changed and handed down differently throughout, like international communities and stuff. Like some people might have a common ancestral, society here, but then when you get lower and further in time, they branch off into like different sects or religions or whatever, right? So that might be a case here where the sun god idea was kind of changed in the Shandia, where they talked about this snake, but the whole idea was maybe a person really back in 800 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like there could be some sort of historical context.
Okay, I
in
get
that.
what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So there's so much connection to the sun god idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it goes so deep, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know, because this is wild random, but not really. I don't know if y'all seen it, but like there's a documentary on Netflix about Kanye West that's been like, someone's been following Kanye from like the beginning of his career till now. I hope and pray to God someone is doing that with Oda, because there's no way you sit down and make all of this connect like this and your mind isn't like going crazy. Like I would love to see, like, obviously this sounds crazy, but I love to see like someone walk into Oda's house with like a camera and it's a fucking wall, like a detective wall where like pieces are just connecting to one another, and it's like all
that,
one piece, because this is too crazy, bro.
It's like that one. I forgot what movie or show that was. With the meme with the dude with the board, and he has like a bunch of stuff.
Always Sunny. Yeah.
I hope it's something like that. That's because this is so crazy. All of this fits together so well. Like, why are we talking about chapter 1 and we're on what, 1040 something?
Well, I mean, think about it this way though. A lot of people don't realize King was foreshadowed in like chapter 9.
Exactly.
In one sense, I kind of want to hear this.
Wait,
okay, so
go ahead.
King was foreshadowed in like the very beginning of One Piece, because when Luffy had went to meet Sanji, the chefs were talking about how they had to get a man that had a big sword and was on fire out of their restaurant.
Bro, exactly. Yes,
King.
bro. Dude, this is crazy, right?
Chapter 9.
I don't know if it's chapter 9 exactly, but it's when they.
Well,
they
it
first
would
get
be
to
like
the
30.
Barati.
It would be like 30 something.
Yeah, when they first get to the Barati, the chefs
Okay.
are talking. They're talking about a man on fire that they had to get out of their restaurant.
Oh shit.
Yo,
Yeah,
dead
I'm going-
ass.
I'm gonna go
Yes.
look
I'm
on
going
that.
hunting. Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
no
like,
cap.
brother.
He's not joking.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
You found it,
Somewhere in the
BlackHawk?
beginning.
Nah, because I was looking through like the Barati chapters earlier this week, and I saw something like that.
Yeah, it's something.
I
It's something
forget
in the
what
Barati.
made me go there, but like I remember it was in Barati.
Yo,
I don't even remember what fucking chapter
are
it
you
is.
serious?
I'm all over the place.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we all hunting right now, trying
It's
to.
been foreshadowed for so long, bro. It's insane.
Okay, from
Well-
what I'm understanding on the wiki, there's a red-eyed dude who frequently visited the Barati, but one day he got drunk on wine and died after setting himself on fire. So I guess it could be a reference but like not directly, of course. He wasn't at the Barati, but it still could be a reference.
Okay.
But like they talked about it weirdly. I don't like.
Okay.
I think what they said here was that they fucked up, and Johnny and Yosaku were talking about. They mixed him up with Hawkeye, Mihawk, for Zoro. They're telling Zoro like, "Yo, a nigga pulled up here recently, but it was Cap." But like,
Oh, okay.
it's kind of similar because it's the sword thing, the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of how you put it all
Yeah.
together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
No, but still, I still believe it, and like when you brought up the second coming of Jesus Christ thing, right? Like, King is like a fallen angel, but he's a Lunarian who serves another like Joy Boy, right?
Yeah.
So, same man.
I mean, angels. I mean, the sun has always been shown as like a god. Angels are like God's helpers or whatever.
Yeah.
Lunarians are fire based. They can manipulate fire. I'm seeing the theme here.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh, like
Man.
it's crazy.
I don't even know what to expect coming in these next chapters, bro. Like,
Speaking of fire, another thing I wanted to talk about in terms of devil fruits and the Joy Boy thing was that something I've seen and I actually believe now is that devil fruits have some sort of like once a user has devil fruit, I don't know if you have to have it for a long time or something, but once they have a devil fruit, the next person who has that devil fruit, the devil fruit might have some piece of the previous user's souls or something like that in it, because in Dressrosa, when Sabo fucked up Jesus Burgess the second time outside the Coliseum, he says to him, "I was gonna forgive you, and then he puts his hand on fire, but Ace here wouldn't forgive me for that.
yeah.
Or Ace here wouldn't forgive me.
Man.
Ace said, I think it was like Ace said not to or something.
Yeah,
like
Ace
that.
said he couldn't forgive you. Yeah, I guess for
Yeah.
So you think that's more? I feel like when the first, I remember something like that, but I
don't
felt
know.
like it was just like a literary device.
No,
You know
that's
what I
not,
mean?
I've always
Like,
thought that. I thought I've
That
always
would be
thought-
crazy to think about.
but like
Yeah,
if it's like
I'm with you.
literally like his will or soul in the fruit, like
Yeah.
that's actually
Like,
a pretty
imagine
big
Whitebeard
revelation.
been
Yeah.
walking around Whitebeard's soul for the longest.
It could be something like that, Callie. But I thought I was with you. I don't fully believe it.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, I think he's just speaking figuratively, and he can't forgive him, and he wants to do this for Ace and fuck up Jesus Burgess. But
Yeah.
now that we're looking at this though, like this chapter, Callie, this is what makes me kind of have some validity in it. In that, if this fruit is like how Joy Boy is returning, then now I'm kind of thinking like, bro, like this might have some merit to it.
Are there any other fruits that have been passed down that we know of during the series?
Some fucking scrub ones, bro. Some
yeah.
scrub ass ones. The 2 in Wano from Odin's
Haribari no Mi.
Oh, berry fruit, right? Yeah.
and the Mame no Mi, like the clone, the one where you can take people's face.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
the invisible fruit,
right?
Yeah, Mr.
Oh yeah.
the clear fruit.
The clear,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
the Raps one.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that nigga, by the way. But yeah, they killed that nigga. Yeah. Like that's like what, like five fruits or so that have been passed down.
Some
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it wasn't those characters that they were passed down
Yeah,
to.
only two
we
important
didn't-
ones.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we didn't, and even the ones that we got
Even
their
this one.
personality, we didn't get the personality so much of the people before them.
Yeah.
It's
So
one sided either way. Like we either didn't get enough of the people before them or the people after them to make the comparison
yeah,
to see if they
so,
got
and I think
anything from them.
we'll have to see. Like I do believe there might be a little bit of merit to it though.
No, that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. That's something to think about.
And I feel like this chapter, like the ending is so crazy that it kind of like takes away from actually a really good chapter aside from the ending.
Yeah.
The way it flows from the the CP0, the Kaido, and then we didn't even talk about Yamato and Momo's like talk at all.
Oh yeah, that's
I
a
want to say
fact.
this real quick
We
on the
didn't?
Yamato Momo
No, we
thing.
didn't.
I'm no longer the belief that Yamato is going to join the crew.
You no longer
Why?
believe it off of this conversation?
What changes that for you?
I really think that the more I've thought about it since last week, I feel like Yamato would have more of a reason to stay in Wano and help guide Momonosuke to get to the point where he can actually take care of Wano the same way Odin had the Akazaya to help him. Like Yamato would be a good start to have be some like backbone for Momonosuke as he learns how to like be an adult and how to actually run a country. Because we got to remember, before this point, even though Momonosuke is an adult right now, he was still a kid like 45 minutes ago, like canonically.
Yeah.
So like,
You're right.
he's not really gonna know how to do it himself. And to have someone like Yamato who's
But
like tried to live under Odin and have this sense of like honor and like civility, I think it would, like she would do better to stay with him than it would be to actually go with the crew. Because the only reason I thought she was gonna be in the crew originally was just an Odin moment where she just wanted to join the same way Odin wanted to be in a crew. But
Yeah, that's what. Excuse me. I would have thought too, because I mean, if you want to be Odin that bad, you might want to mimic his way of living.
Yeah.
You would want to leave Wano, especially after all of this.
yeah, but
I-
I feel like we're gonna get some like character development with Yamato, and she's like, I want to be with Wano. I don't want to be Odin. I want to be a protector of Wano like Odin.
Well, yeah, to expand on your point, D3, I think that like that makes perfect sense, and the reason why is because if you think about the parallels between Odin and Yamato, is she supposed to follow in Yamato's footsteps? I feel like Yamato is supposed to follow in Odin's footsteps in the sense of what Odin should have done versus what Odin wanted to do.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
exactly what I was thinking about. That's exactly what I was thinking about.
But I mean, we have other characters though, like that can fill that role. We have Hiyori, because she's been there for 20 years, learning. Like she knows everything that's going on in that country.
Yeah,
It's not like Skyrim's died, right? Like,
yeah, that was my main thing about that. It's like there's a lot of people who could fill in that role. Not to say that's wrong, because I actually do think it's 50-50 on whether she stays or not. Because there's definitely reasons for both sides, but there definitely are a lot of people willing to help Momonosuke who are maybe not as strong, but
And like that's the thing. Like on one hand, she could stay, but on the other hand, I still want to realize why her fruit's so important and why Kaido made such a big deal out of it. That like she wasn't supposed to have that. And I don't really feel like we're gonna get that if she like stays in Wano.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's honestly 50-50 on whether she stays or not. I'm not gonna lie.
But also, Yamato has expressed the desire to be free, though. So like that's another reason why I do think that they will be part of the crew.
Yeah.
There's definitely reasons for both sides, 100%.
I think Hiyori, personally, I think Hiyori will take the role, but Yamato will be a fighting force for Wano instead of like the actual Shogun.
Right.
And Momonosuke will still go with Luffy so that he can venture, see the world and stuff like that, because he needs to
Oh, you think Momonosuke is gonna join the crew?
yeah, because he still
Oh yeah, D3 you left when we had the discussion. Yeah, we were talking about it.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah, so when we had the discussion, I said, like, in my heart of hearts, I would honestly love more for Yamato to join the crew, because Yamato, hell yeah, another powerhouse, hell yeah, let's go. But I think realistically speaking, Momonosuke should be the one to join the crew, because this conversation should spell it out that he's not ready for Wano's borders to be open in his heart of hearts. In his heart of hearts, he still doesn't have like a warrior mentality that like would enable him to feel like he can defend his people and stuff like that. And he still doesn't view himself worthy of Odin's sword. That's where Zoro will come into play, or other members of the Straw Hats, to help him train, get stronger, so he could come back to Wano and then, help open the borders. Also, Zunisha is going to play a bigger role later down the line, and not just here in Wano. So that's why it's probably more important for Momonosuke to travel with Luffy, because if there's an end war by the end of One Piece, Momonosuke is definitely going to be there. That's not to say that all the other Wano won't be there either, because I'm pretty sure he could call on them to whatever, even if like Oden decides to make him stay. But
Yeah.
I think it would make more logical sense to bring him along so that he could become the warrior that he always wanted to be, because that was always the thing. He was always in his father's footsteps. His father was this great warrior, strong guy, and Kaido always bashed Momonosuke for being weak and stuff like
Yeah.
that. He kind of needs to get stronger so that he can feel confident in himself to get the sword and wield it in such a way.
That
But
actually
you
makes
think-
a lot of sense.
Do you think Zoro would train Momo?
he
I don't know.
was already training him.
He was
At,
already-
yeah,
Like to be like a caretaker. I don't know.
I mean, but it's not training
Yeah.
isn't necessarily
I didn't think
caretaker though.
about
You
that.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just teaching him the way of the sword wouldn't mean he has to babysit him 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and-
but there's other guys that could do that too, though. Like
well,
you know.
see, here's the thing, Mister. The reason why I believe that, for one, because like there were plenty of times in other pirate crews where just because they trained someone doesn't mean like they were necessarily like directly like their their protector and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know who trained Shanks on the way of the sword. It could have been Rayleigh. It could have been Roger. But if it was like, say, Rayleigh, and there's a theory about like Rayleigh being like, so I ain't even gonna bring it up. But the point is, if like it was something like Rayleigh, I wouldn't call Rayleigh like Shanks like his a 2.0. You know what I mean? But what I would say though is that like another reason is because like we've seen people of the same like crews and stuff learn moves from other people that like all the time. Prime example, Robin, she learned fisherman karate from what's her
That
face?
was sick. That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah, from
Cool.
Yeah.
in the revolution
And-
in the Revolutionary Army, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zoro even took Kinemon's Foxfire stuff.
You're right.
and
Yeah.
that too. They learn from each other, and there could be like and that plays into another theory I have, that by the end of One Piece, every single person on the Straw Hat crew will learn something from someone else and adapt it to their fighting style.
That would be sick.
That'd be dope.
But the point is that like I think Momonosuke could learn from Zoro or anyone else, and he can get 2 retainers to come with him, just like Oden
Yeah,
did.
just to have him, yeah.
So, I mean, and learn swordsmanship from them.
What if Yamato's the retainer? And
Yeah, it
fucking
could be like,
Otama.
We
Yeah,
got them, bring them all on board. Why not? Fuck it.
yeah, all of
Sure,
them.
Bring everybody
That
on
would be
board.
so fire.
It's that would be kind of wild though for just Wano alone to have 4 new Straw Hats if we count those 3 hypothetically and
They put it
Jinbei.
on the original crew.
Well,
Yeah.
D3,
Jinbei's from Whole Cake Man.
you we talked about it last week. I don't know if you heard the part, but somebody in here brought up a reference that Oda said directly. I don't remember the exact quote,
Oh,
but it
was that the next Straw Hats would come like one after the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it gave
So,
us
like-
reason to believe that we're gonna get multiple Straw Hats at the end of this arc.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it
That
doesn't
makes
have to be
sense.
like one and then a long time and then one. It could be like
Okay.
1 or 2.
Yeah, because we are kind of getting in game. If he's gonna stack his crew, he might as well do it.
Yeah,
now.
I'm still on the train of Carrot, Yamato, and
Like, what would Carrot do for the crew? That's the thing that I don't
well,
understand.
Carrot
is,
just like honorary straw hat at this point.
Wait, time out. Before we go to 2.0 of Straw Hat.
You're right, because we did do this. We definitely did this debate. We definitely did this
Yeah.
debate
Yeah.
last
Just
week.
like-
Let's
I
not.
don't remember. how
Yeah,
many
let's-
times
yeah.
All right, let's
Yamato-
time out. Let's time out. Let's time out.
Before we go to 2.0, let's still flesh out the Yamato versus Momonosuke ideologies. Like
Yeah.
and then we can go like into D, because D3
Alright.
had to leave early, so we can
Yeah.
go, like
Yeah,
I
I'm-
still gotta explain. I still gotta explain my spot.
Yeah, but on this discussion that they had in this chapter, I really liked it because in some of the beginning of the chapter, Kaido had a huge speech where he just reminded everyone he's
Yeah.
a rat bastard and he'll put them all into slavery, right? Even though it was like he was spitting in terms of like this is what it means to lose a war. You gamble with your rights. Like he was spitting. But so we have a very depressing speech from Kaido into like the hopeful speech of Yamato, which was really one of my favorite moments of her. And I've been critiquing her this whole arc. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm glad to see that, right? And I also like that the last 2 chapters have actually been named. Like the titles have been a quote from the chapter. Kaido says winners don't need reasons, and Yamato says let's die together, right? Also the fact that it's those two is pretty interesting. So
the parallels, bro.
The parallels, right? So and like Momo here, I love it because I remember like it was maybe 2 or 3 chapters ago where Momo was asking Yamato if he would be a coward if he didn't open Wano's borders after Kaido's defeated. And now he's definitely taking the cowardly route of surrendering, right? That's what he wants to do. So, like we talked about the growth that he needs, this is part of it, right? Like realizing what what it means to be a samurai and being like the leader of the army.
But to play also devil's advocate as well on Momonosuke's side, because I know this chapter was kind of to prop up more so I would think Yamato's viewpoint, because that's more
this
noble.
panel is so hard. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I keep going back to this panel. I'm like, I see exactly why you made this your profile pick, Yhuss.
Bro,
like just
so
after that whole speech, after that whole entire speech, she looks in his eyes with the deadest determination ever. Like she is ready to die right fucking now, bro. Yamato is a fucking G, bro. I love her, son. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Strawhat. Please continue.
No, you're fine. I completely agree with you. That panel, in fact, perfectly illustrates the dichotomy between the two ideologies, and to also to empathize with how Momo feels. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation, because I couldn't like sit here on my high horse and be like, oh yeah, Yamato is 1000% correct. Well, I mean, is she though? Like, the thing is, like, Momo, you just lost your greatest chance at winning against Kaido. He's dead. He was supposed to be the one to take down Kaido, and he died. So what any other chances everyone else had? Yes, it's honorable to die together with everyone, but remember, like a bunch of chapters ago, Asura, his boys went to march to die against Kaido, and he's like, there's like, what are you guys doing? No, like, stop, chill. It might be better to just wait and stuff. And that's like the ideology I'm thinking that Momonosuke is coming from, because the soldiers that marched on, they said, you make 100% sense, Asura, but we don't care. We want to die with our country. We are samurai. We are proud and stuff. Yamato adopts that mentality versus Momonosuke adopting more of the Asura mentality. And those two dichotomies have always come to head throughout this arc. So for me, it's not as easy for me to just go along with what Yamato says, because I understand from both sides. I understand that Momonosuke, their greatest chance, tactically speaking, was for Luffy to take down Kaido. Now he's dead. Why not surrender? And potentially, even if we might lose some people, we could potentially fight another day instead of banking it all right here. And then that's it. Like, so.
See, I kind of agree, but at the same time, you're already at a point where you're banking it all right here. Like, you got everybody there. Like, if you go down here, there's nothing else. There's nobody else that could even come here. Like, think about everybody that's already here, bro. I feel like it's a situation where Momonosuke has to do what he's got to do regardless, because you've got Luffy, you've got you got Luffy, Kid, Law, you've got Marco, like, you've got all the Akazaya, like, you have everybody that you could get here and now. There's no time to wait. It's not gonna be another chance.
Yeah, I think
because like, think of the situation that how everything got here. Queen's not gonna let the prison get breaking through again. If they were to fail right now, that would happen. Fucking Kaido and Big Mom would be way more on their toes in a situation like this. Like,
not even
they already got Big Mom dead. Like,
yeah,
or going.
And what's
I forgot about that shit.
What's to say that Kaido's gonna let them live after they surrender? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like, we don't.
I agree with y'all.
He could just kill Momo right then. He's like, and then kill everyone else.
Yeah,
like,
Strawhat, I definitely understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? And I definitely see where Momo's coming from, but I can't say that I can relate or necessarily agree with him, because I think even Yamato says it, like, in this panel right here, like, All the daimyo that allowed Orochi to have his way went to their graves full of regret. Everything Wano endured for the past 20 years was for the sake of this battle. Like, this is not just a, okay, we'll regroup and try again. This is 20 years of preparation coming to fruition. You know what I mean? This is not just a we surrender and try again type moment. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I can necessarily look at Momo's point of view. You know what I mean?
Also,
Yeah,
Kelly,
I
if
get
you
that.
If you go back to the panel after that with the Yamato and Momo, like right after, you could tell by the drawings on his eyes that like it snapped in him. Like he realized like yeah he's ready.
I wonder what the
you know what I
kanji
mean?
says, the sound effect says, man. This is it. Yo, you had a point, Wise. We might need a translator for these episodes.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm gonna get my boy on here, bro. Like,
Yo, no cap. I would love to know what some of the kanji says
From the
sometimes.
lagoons.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
for real. It's but to go to kind of play along what Straw's saying though, there's a lot of contrasting ideologies about death and what it means to die a samurai's death, right?
Mhm.
Like Usopp's
Yeah.
speech to Kiku and Kinemon, right? Like how, you know, you gotta do all you can to live, even if it's as, you know, like shamefully as possible, right? Just to make it out and live another day. And going to a pointless death doesn't mean anything, right?
Exactly.
And what Kaido said last chapter, right? Like about how but the thing is that there's like a few ways of looking at it that aren't completely together but aren't completely opposite, like Kaido and Usopp. Like I feel like Kaido has a bad way of looking at it, and he says that like the last chapter where he was roasting their whole lives, and he was talking about how, you know, there's no strong samurai. They're either weak-willed and don't fight, or they prop up their swords just to die for some sort of battle, to go to death thinking, oh, I died for my country in an unwinnable battle, right? So I feel like there's like a lot of different ways of looking at it in this own arc. A lot of people just have different ideologies, like
Yeah.
that are contrasting and agreeing, you know. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
it is very like jumbled.
And this is like the don't get me wrong. I think at the end of the day, I'm more closer to Yamato's like way of thinking than I am Momonosuke, but I can understand where Momonosuke is coming from.
Yeah, totally. 100%. I can 100%. When I said that, I wasn't trying to dispute the
I
understanding.
wasn't
like,
disputing. I was just
I can't agree with it, but I definitely understand his point of view 100%.
Yeah.
Still a kid.
It's-
Gotta
Yeah, he's
remember,
definitely still a kid,
Yeah.
There's no, because you're right. I mean, it's the same thing we kind of like bashed Odin for, because Odin, he just went along with the idea that like what's his face, Orochi was going to keep his promise for 5 years as long as he don't touch a prisoner. That was me. I would have started swinging. Fuck that. But
Right.
but I understand where they're coming from. They want as little casualties as possible. They want a chance to, even though that there's like a very minute chance of them being able to get a rebellion off. If everyone is dead, then you can legit say there's a 0% chance that a rebellion would happen. So if Momonosuke surrenders, because Kaido said, and I don't know, I mean, Kaido's at this point, I believe Kaido is a man of his word most of the time. Well, sort of. But yeah, but he said if Momonosuke surrenders, you know, I'll stop fighting. I'll chill. But I mean, now he might have killed Momonosuke later, but at least your chances aren't literally 0%. If everyone dies, it's literally 0%. So it's literally an all or nothing.
Well, remember though, in the earlier this arc, Yamato said to Momo, like, you can't die. And then Momo read the journal and is like, wait, you're spitting. I really can't die for some whatever fucking reason that we don't know yet.
Exactly. So maybe.
But surrendering here would guarantee Momo's death though. Like Kaido would definitely smoke this nigga.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Maybe.
Because-
yeah.
Nah,
I
he's
don't
definitely
want-
killing him. He wants to end the lineage. He doesn't want to deal with the haunting of Odin and shit. Like, he's definitely ending Momo.
yeah.
At least that's how I would see it. Anyway.
Frame one
Yeah.
was over.
Yeah. And
And
above
also-
all else, you know, like
Kaido went against his word on Orochi. Like we saw that firsthand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to the whole Kaido goes off, you know, off his word, whatever. Like he already betrayed Orochi. So I
Yeah,
guess
Orochi-
he wouldn't betray Momo or anyone else. Like he's only out for himself, you know. So
yeah, and I don't want to give Kaido's, like, I remember some, like, my man Xavier said in chat, Kaido's a G. Like, bro, Kaido took advantage of Odin being distracted. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like versus Luffy where, like, you know, mid swing, you're already swinging, there's too much momentum. Nah, Odin was about to fuck this nigga up, and then someone distracted Odin, and then Kaido, in the confusion, attacked Odin.
Use that. Yep. We said we take those.
Time out. I gotta disagree. He is a G for that because at the end of the
Hey,
day,
there's no fair fights in pirate fights. Luffy said,
right,
I agree.
exactly.
Let's
exactly.
go.
There's no-
Nah,
I'm just saying.
Wait.
But I'm just saying,
Wait,
how can he be
wait.
cheese now? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get it. It's just that like the funny thing, like pirates always say, there's no set. Like you go with, if you're a pirate in One Piece, it's different from like other shonen battle stuff where there's way more honor in you not jumping in. If someone wants a one-on-one, you give that to them. But in the pirates world, and it's shown in like mass of the pirate media, anything can happen. Someone can jump in or anything.
Pirates fight
But
dirty,
a dub,
yeah.
but at the end of the day, a dub is a dub for a lot of these guys. So
True.
so even though Kaido may not like it, he definitely don't like it. He likes the one-on-one, but he is a pirate at the end of the day. So he's like, damn, you're just fuck it, I gotta take it though. Like, fuck, I got to. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta take it. You fucked
You're not
up.
wrong, bro. You're not wrong.
Like-
You're not wrong. I'm just
and
saying,
then-
like,
and-
he's so
and-
mad now, right? Like,
yeah, like and they also do it like hell. Even the Marines are like that. Like when the Whitebeard Marine 4 arc, when everyone got distracted and got fucked up, is like, what are you getting distracted for? Like that's what everyone was saying. Like now that's a dub. Thank you for the dub. Like
nice facts.
they will take it, but
It's the
they
work
may
for
not
them.
like it. Kaido just doesn't like it.
I don't know. It makes it real if you you know what I'm saying. Like you can abide by the pirate ways, you know, but like I don't know, man. I just don't want to call Kaido real, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Fucking bro, nah. I can't allow this actually, because Kaido is the same nigga that like him and Joker and Caesar named the smile fruit Smile because of the side effect it had on people who it failed on. And then they fed it to, I think Orochi was the one who fed it to that one village.
Well, Orochi was the one who did that.
Yeah. But they still named it after that in mockery of these poor people.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And
I mean,
specifically Kaido in them, like, so.
I mean, Kaido's the scum of the earth, but like he's the scum of the earth that I kind of like a little
I love
bit.
Kaido. He's
So,
one of my
like-
favorite villains. Don't let me.
I
Don't let me
can't
like.
wait till the Kaido pack touchdown. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be
glorious.
Not
different.
the
Yeah,
Kaido
no, I love
pack.
Kaido. So,
It's,
but I just don't want to paint him as real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get it, but it's just
I feel
he's just done so many things that's built him up to be like maybe one of the best One Piece villains of all time.
Yeah, and honestly,
but-
this is kind of one of them. Honestly, like you said about betrayal, right? Kaido is harping on the pirates and their idea of betrayal. He was talking to Yamato, or he was telling the samurai like pirates will always betray you in the end, right? And that kind of gives us a hint into what happened to him maybe in the past. And he tells Yamato like humans don't fuck with you, like they're only using you for your power. They might act like they care about you, right? So he's talking about all that, but he's still living the pirate ways himself, betraying niggas and shit. So it just adds to his complexity as a character, man.
getting the dub on a button check, like well, my man Kaido, he don't care, man. I mean, he cares,
it's a
but he's
double
like,
for button
like-
check is
it's like-
disgusting.
I love it. I love it.
That's crazy.
That's the best way to
takes one.
That's my game, nigga. What are you getting
Hey,
distracted?
what up?
like, Odin, Luffy, they didn't check their buttons, and he's taking the dub. Like,
I read it, man. I respect
It's
it.
like,
That's hilarious.
Gotta respect it.
So you saying Luffy versus Kaido going in the grand finals right now? That's
Oh,
what's
yeah.
happening.
But
Bracket reset.
here's the thing, though. It's like
Bracket reset.
it's a quadruple elimination bracket because Luffy's been eliminated like
Luffy's like down 3-0 at this point.
Yeah, it's like nigga, it's not even first to mind. What are you doing, bro?
Nah,
that's
see,
what-
the fir-
that
the
That man
first round-
that man about to get his
regular
salty
bracket.
right now. On God, bro.
If I get
Nah,
13-0, bro, like
It's bracket reset, bro. Kaido 3-0 him. Let's go to the next one.
Yo, Kaido won the bracket already. Luffy won his money match after. That's what's really happening.
No,
cap.
that's where we're at. You right.
you run over my nigga Joy Boy though, bro. That's the
My dude wants to talk to you real quick.
That's
nigga said, let me see the Aaron Black, bro.
Yo, no fucking cap.
that's the title of the episode. Running with my nigga Joy Boy. Oh
man,
my
God.
man. Kaido's
That's
gonna get his shit
crazy.
wrong, bro.
And
Kaido's
also,
gonna
if
get
you
his shit wrong.
if you think about it, Luffy's done that too, where he's like, as a pirate, I got to do some shit to get the dub. Like against Katakuri, he literally kidnapped his sister.
He did. He
Yeah, I read that shit like 2 days
Damn, I
ago.
forgot
kidnapped her,
about
bro.
Like
Yeah.
Luffy understands that a pirate's way is like, however you
You
get
do
the
what you gotta
dub,
do.
that's
Yeah, you
legit.
can,
You do
yeah.
what you get. It's
By
legit.
any
But-
means necessary.
Right, but
Yeah.
he doesn't usually follow that for himself because he doesn't hold himself to that. He'll let other pirates do that to him, and he won't get mad at them or nothing because he's like, "Why don't I get? I understand it's a pirate's world, but I just won't do that."
Yeah, he'd rather not do that. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He's spitting.
So yeah, but like back to saying like Yamato, her point of view is like is so good here because it's such a good like way to bring everything back together and in full circle of like what's the whole point of us fighting. Like
Yeah, it's like a
we're
reminder.
never getting this whole time was prophesized like 20 years into the future. We're literally never going to get another chance. So we might as well all go out here because this is the moment. This is the prophecy. This is the time. Like, so crazy.
100%, bro.
Yeah, man.
Tell me, a crazy chapter in One Piece. Like this is literally the crazy chapter in One Piece. It's 25
Yeah.
years for making it. Like
Yeah.
the voice entry was first mentioned in Alabasta, I believe, right? Or like
Was it?
Alabasta, like because I remember Alabasta has specifically the history. Like they're one of the 20 countries.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Right.
going
Yeah.
around, right?
Mhm.
So that was what chapter 100 something, right? So
Yeah.
900 chapters later, suddenly like we're getting maybe our first look. Well, actually our second look because Tokyo was from the voice entry, but like we're getting a look at Joy Boy, who's been in the story since chapter like this Fishman Island. And it's funny, bro. He's the one, bro. It always escapes me, but this is the motherfucker that left One Piece on Raftel.
Mm-hmm.
It was Joy Boy.
Yeah.
Roger
He was-
Roger
The
was
nigga,
the
right?
one.
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
said like Roger's like,
Yeah.
wow, Joy Boy, what a stupendous treasure you left here, right?
Mm.
We
So-
were funny, we were too early.
Yeah,
Some shit like
I
that.
think he's I wish I lived in your era, all that shit. So like this is monumental, man. Like this is crazy, bro. This is insane.
I can't wait for this to be animated, man. Those drums are gonna hit so hard.
We're gonna be
Yeah.
waiting a lot longer now that
Ooh,
Toei
'cause the
Animation
what-
got
the anime
hacked.
got-
Yeah, I was
The
gonna
anim-
say that at the
Wait,
end.
so what
That's just
happened with
crazy.
the anime? Like, why is it on
I
break?
think they had like a data breach or something, so they're
Yeah.
like, you know what, we're
Yeah.
not gonna put out episodes for a little bit. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't
want
really give too
infinite
much info,
hiatus.
so like we kind of have to read between the lines. But yeah, like it's just for now they're some sort of data breach, some sort of hack, and they're like, we're not gonna put in episodes. Whether they like got
Bro.
data like, leaked or something, or they decided let's chill for a little while we figure this out. We don't know.
Regardless,
there
Genius'
was
excuse to
two
not have
episodes,
filler and
man.
water.
That's what I was gonna say. It was just to keep the filler out of it.
There were two
I'm so
episodes.
glad.
There were 2 episodes away from chapter 1000, though.
So did we didn't get a new episode this week, or
Nope.
are we getting one?
No.
Okay, because the way that they announced it, they said like starting like March 20th or something. Like they put a date as to when we
Oh.
wouldn't get new episodes anymore. So I thought like they would have like the last 2 episodes ready already and being broadcasted, but maybe I read it wrong. I could very well just be mistaken. If we didn't get a new if we didn't get an episode today, then yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't get an episode
But,
yesterday.
I mean,
Last
I think it's good. On it, like it's not a good thing that they got the data breach and all. But I'm saying like for the anime, I think it's a good thing
No,
because like
100%. Yeah.
it gives time for them to actually make quality episodes and not just Luffy swinging around a building for 15 minutes.
I mean, that's what they did, right? Like the Ace and Yamato, they had like a special episode, right? I haven't even watched it yet, but they had like they fleshed out that whole interaction. They showed a lot more.
Apparently, a lot of that stuff's not canon though.
Oh, I
I
see
mean, I'm
what you're
saying
saying.
like
I see what you're saying.
at least they're not like
So-
stretching out canon things though, right? Like they're
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
showing-
I saw that episode. I watched. I think the last episode of One Piece anime I watched when I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm good on this for a while. Was when it was Usopp and Chopper in the tank, and they had that whole episode where they were like boxing up Big Mom in the tank, and I was just like, bruh, this is so weird.
Yeah, it's
So-
weird.
So you were right, Callie. The date you excuse me, the date you listed is the day it comes back. So March 20th is when One
Oh.
Piece comes back.
So
to
it's only on hiatus for 2 weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay. That's not bad.
That ain't too bad though. That ain't too bad.
Yeah, because I remember reading, I thought it was like an infinite hiatus or something like that. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be terrible.
I would
Right.
rather deal with a week or a couple weeks of hiatus than over a year worth of filler like Naruto. I would.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Easily.
Yo, Bleach and Naruto just like whole filler arcs. I remember back in the day, you'd be watching it on TV every day, and then suddenly like the Bound arc started. It's like, bro,
The
what am I watching?
Bountiful arc, bro, that shit was
Yeah, no, it's
garbage.
terrible. But you know, I feel like for the last 2 chapters, I feel like this is the first time in Wano where I have like no idea what's gonna happen next.
Same, man. Same. Like,
So do you
Guys,
guys
it's
think?
gonna get hit with a swerve, and we're definitely gonna see a Zoro chapter, and then like maybe another 2.
I didn't
Yeah,
want to
come
mention, bro.
back
Like,
to
I
this.
remember, like year 4 though, like, and Snake Man, he didn't go anywhere. He went right back to Luffy. So I'm hoping it's similar to this.
yeah. I hope
So do you guys think that we go right into what's going on with Luffy next chapter?
Yeah, 1000%.
I hope so, but the thing is, what you said, Callie, makes complete sense. Like that, I could definitely see that happening.
I could definitely
Yeah,
see us going into the Kaido
Into a
flashback
flashback.
right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Easily.
Yeah,
That's
I
definitely
can
an
see
Oda
that.
type thing to do, bro.
I feel like we're gonna get a little bit of Joy Boy action, and then like Kaido's gonna get boxed up for a minute, and then he's gonna get knocked out into a flashback or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I can
I'll
see
think
that.
Nigga ass knocked to a
Yo,
flashback.
what if?
yeah,
What if?
just nigga Joy Boy hits him so hard, he starts reminiscing.
Yo, that's crazy.
What if it goes to the flashback, like Kelly says, and then that flashback ends with Kaido seeing like the prophecy, like that he is not Joy Boy, and that traumatizes him, and like the person like to come is like the sun god, and then he's just like worried about that prophecy, and then it switches to fucking Luffy coming back as Nika, whatever, you know, like, and then beats his ass.
Man,
I just want a panel, similar to remember when Doflamingo and Luffy were just standing there like head to head, just looking at each other. I want a panel of just like Joy Boy
And
Luffy,
Kaido.
whatever we're gonna call it,
Yeah.
and Kaido just standing there for like the final fight to begin. Like, just
That would be
imagine,
so
a
crazy.
2-page like that. Just that shit would be so good.
That shit would be good.
Fuck,
know,
we
man.
don't know what is going on, man. This is
that sounds so
crazy.
amazing.
Fucking
Kelly.
goat piece, man.
Go Pete.
The
Go
link that I
Pete.
posted on your chat, someone edited the last few panels and added the drums.
I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, nah,
Yeah,
this shit is sick.
That shit.
I definitely did see this shit on Twitter.
So good.
Oh, okay. So D3 about those crewmates.
Oh yeah, because you weren't in the conversation, right? You said you had some interesting
Yes, he has
theories.
some wild ones.
Yeah.
I gotta hear
He
this.
said, he said
Okay, so
Smoker and
my-
Fugishi.
Okay, Tashigi was kind of a meme,
That shit.
but I really do think Smoker was gonna join the crew sometime down the line, just because what Smoker's character is. Smoker's character is revolved around justice, and you know when Smoker first met Luffy, his idea was the Navy is what is 100% right, 1000% of the time. Every time Smoker has had an interaction with Luffy, or Law, or anybody that is a pirate that wasn't a run-of-the-mill basic pirate, they have shown Smoker that, hey, justice is based on perspective, and just your side isn't always right just because you think you're fighting for good.
Yeah.
And I feel like Smoker kind of had an eye-opener in Punk Hazard when he saw that, when the shit that like Caesar was doing, and the stuff that even if working for the government, like, you know, you can still be a bad person. Like, I feel like it's going to become more and more to that point where I feel like the Navy's going to do some heinous shit, and Smoker's just going to be like, oh, well, you know, is this really my justice? Is this really what I stand for? Is this really what I want to be, like, known for and fight for? And Luffy's going to give him the opportunity to be like, you know, fight for what you think is right. And in that situation, it could be like, you know, what Luffy's about at that time. And like, it's going to give him an opportunity to like actually make a decision on what he thinks is true justice. You know, I think that would be kind of cool.
Mhm.
Who was it?
My
Like,
question is though, like I think we mentioned it after you left, but like
Mhm.
we brought up how I feel like Straw Hats have some sort of like energy to them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a feeling. You know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And obviously, like Smoker is maybe. What do you think about that? Like, do you think Smoker could fit in that sense?
See, that's the thing. Like, I think Smoker would be a cool crewmate, but like, I don't know what necessarily his role would be on the crew. Because you know, everybody
It'd
that's
be
on
like
the
a
crew
straw
has
hat
a role.
adjacent, like a member of the fleet, like
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would probably
Right.
make more sense for him to be like, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
like
because the
Mark
only
is
that's,
Straw
that's
Hat.
really the only
Commander.
yeah, because like it's like everyone has that position on the crew, so like it'd be hard to say what that was. And also we had said that like there's a certain vibe. I forgot the word we used for it, but there's a certain something that each of the Straw Hat has. The dynamic that they have with each other
Yeah,
that I don't think that Smoker would necessarily fit into, given his personality. You know,
that does make sense. That does make sense.
And I feel like he doesn't like his big thing is like not taking orders from people. Like, and I just cannot see him being subordinate to Luffy.
to Luffy.
That
That would fuck him up.
The more I think about it, I feel like it would be more of like a situation of like when Law started taking orders from Luffy and like Dressrosa, but just constantly. Like, yeah, that doesn't really sound great.
And for some odd reason, I got the feeling that if Smoker were to join, he would just be competing with Luffy about who gets to command the crew.
Yeah,
like
That would
I can
be a
see some
funny
shit like
joke,
that.
but that's it.
Yeah, but I think if realistically speaking, if he was to join, he could be like a the ship commander or whatever. Like he directs like cannon fire and stuff like that. Like tell Usopp to point like in this direction, 33 degrees, because like he got the military
Okay,
experience.
so the weapons
also-
specialist of the okay, I could see it.
I fuck with that, but he's also responsible for the G5 guys, right?
Yeah,
They look up to him a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
is true. That is
He'd
true.
be, I feel like he'd be more like you guys said, part of the fleet then. Like he
Yeah, like some sort of
Like,
like.
I'm
marine-
still 100% of the belief that Smoker is going to side with Luffy. By
He's
the
gonna
end
be a
of
good guy
One
in the
Piece.
end. 100%.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Punk Hazard.
Yeah, but
he already
but
did
I
it in
mean-
Alabasta too. Like he's been siding with them for a minute.
Well, I mean more in the sense of he's gonna realize, Navy probably isn't the way that he wants to live. Like,
Yeah,
he's-
he
Right.
might be anti-marine, which would be different.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like I could see Smoker becoming some like anti-Navy, like anti-hero type thing. That sounded redundant, but you get what I mean.
No, you're spinning, bro. We definitely agree with that, I think, and just him being part, like some sort. In the end of the game, which is sick to think about how, like, from Logtown to Alabasta, they were fucking scrapping.
Yeah,
like,
and the Marine Forward War.
yeah. Like, it's crazy to think about, man. And even Punk Hazard, like, Oda couldn't have gotten more literal with the ending, right? Where they drew a line between Marines and pirates, but nobody
Yes.
gave a fuck. Like, so they were
Nobody
fighting on
cared.
both sides. Like, they don't care, bro. So yeah, that's like literal symbolism from Oda right there, right? Like, the lines are being blurred in terms of what's right and who's on the real side of justice.
Yeah, I think that would be cool, man. I don't know who else would join the crew though. That was like my only idea. I just said Tashigi as well, just to get a pop. How do you guys?
I said that at the end of the day, let's just bring all four of them on. If
Gotta
you've
agree on
seen if you actually seen Mr. Morge's one video, he said that in all actuality, we're probably going to get 13 crew members by the end of the series, not including Luffy. And he brought this theory up because there's some type of like connection between Luffy's crewmates and the Chinese Zodiac. I'll link that video to you guys later. But basically, like a lot of Luffy's Straw Hat members, they link back to a Zodiac animal, and the Zodiac calendar, or not calendar, but I think Oda even said, or someone said, in some type of interview, like that there's like a loose connection between them. And if that's the case, then like there's 13 animals originally before like the cat of the Chinese Zodiac like died or something. But if that was the case, like then we might get 13 members anyway. So 4 new members right now would literally equate to 13. I'm just saying. Outside of Luffy.
Or what's it called?
Real quick though,
Yo,
real
that's
quick,
crazy as fuck. Oh my god.
BlackHawk. Who do you think? Because you since you weren't in the episode last week, who do you think would be next?
I've always thought that Kara was gonna be a crewmate, like just like she's locked in, and I was gonna say Yamato, but now with the concept of the theory and the thought that each character has a dynamic with one another, or at least 2 of them have a dynamic of some kind that someone just brought up, I really think it's gonna be Carrot, Momonosuke, and I just blanked on her name, on Yamato. And the reason I say that, oh my god, that's crazy as hell.
Revelation?
Because I was just sitting here thinking about the Zodiac theory, and I looked it up. I was like, because her fruit, Yamato's fruit is like the dog fruit or something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like
So she would be the dog.
Yeah.
Momonosuke would be the dragon, Carrot's the rabbit. Everyone else is pretty obvious. What the hell? This is crazy.
Yeah.
That
They
one like
fit, like,
exploded in my mind like
surprisingly
3 different times today.
There's only like one or two forces.
One or two forces? Like what
Yeah,
would be
I
the
think
force?
Chopper was one of the forces. I don't know where he put him, but I feel like towards if you just watch the video, like he has some really really good ones for like 8 or 9 of them, and then a few of them he kind of like throws in there. Like Jinbei doesn't look like it's a, but still really really great. You know?
No, because
Yeah,
Chopper's what is Chopper? He's a
He's a reindeer, but I don't know what he put him in the zodiac. I don't remember.
Oh, he's
but
a reindeer? I thought he was
He
a
could be-
I don't know why I
horse,
keep
I guess.
thinking he's a Tanuki. But
This nigga fell for the propaganda of everyone calling him a Tanuki.
I did. I always do. I
My
always do.
goodness.
But
I'm
then,
fucking
like,
crying.
if you
Yeah, come
if
on.
you equate Chopper to a Tanuki, which is a reach, you can make the further reach that he's the rat.
I think that's maybe where Morgan would have put him actually. Like, so yeah, no, it actually fits pretty well. You'd be surprised.
That's
And then
crazy.
another one that we talked. Well, this is more of like this might be kind of out there, but we talked about that like religious subtext of the second coming of Joy Boy, right?
Hmm.
And
I have one thing on that. When you
yeah,
get
and
done.
Morge mentioned how Jesus, the second coming of him, he had 12.
That's exactly what I was
disciples.
gonna. That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
about to talk about. That's exactly what I was going to talk
Yeah,
about.
I'm not too versed on Christianity, so maybe one of you guys can explain it better. So yeah, like that's what the connection he was making.
So essentially, he's talking about the Last Supper, which is when Jesus walked the earth, he had 12 disciples with him, and
Yeah.
that gets me thinking, who's the Judas? That's all. Like that's the main thing that gets
Yeah.
me going. It's
Who spreads the word of Luffy?
Wait, so
Yeah.
how many do we have right now? We have 10?
like we have 10. We
Yeah.
have 10, so that leaves room for 2 more crew members. If we're going off
If you
that
follow- if
theory.
you follow that.
If we're
follow the
following
theory
that,
of
yeah,
Jesus
right,
has 12
right.
disciples,
Right.
Is it 10 including Luffy or 9?
10. It's 10, not including
It's
Luffy.
10, not including Luffy.
I just
It's
linked it in the
Jim-
chat.
Good
Jinbei's a 10.
Good
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
For anyone that hasn't seen the theory, I linked it in the chat.
Now the real question here is, like I said, who's gonna be the Judas in this situation?
Who would betray it?
Like, who's gonna be the one to be like, fuck everything? I don't like Luffy.
Well,
Like,
I think we already had that at one
Usopp
point, right?
again.
It was
God damn
Usopp, wasn't it?
You think it'll be
And he's
Usopp
probably-
again?
Or you're saying that would be the betrayal and that would just be
You're
it?
saying that was the moment?
See, I don't
Nah,
know, cause like I feel
I
like if
wouldn't
they're
think
gonna
that
get
would
to
be
that
the moment.
point, he would have to have the full crew first. Like I feel
Yeah.
like,
Agreed.
because the thing about it is like, even in the Bible, like they followed Jesus for so long, and then it got to the point where they were all just like having a supper together, and then one of them decided to betray him. It's like I don't feel like they would
Bro.
try to replicate that moment
Yeah, it doesn't even
while
have to,
only
like,
having half the crew.
and it doesn't even have to be like that, right? I feel like one thing Oda is like really hammering in is that like the Straw Hats have unwavering belief in Luffy,
Yes,
right?
bro. That's what I was gonna
But-
say.
yeah,
I
but
can't
yeah.
see anybody betraying Luffy. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
like,
lie.
That's the thing.
Nobody-
You didn't expect anybody to betray Jesus either.
You know what? You spit.
You're spitting. You're actually
You- like, That's the thing. Like they all had unwavering strength until
D3
they
came
got that
prepared
little.
for this one.
They all had the unwavering strength until they got that little bit of demon in their ear, and they're like, "Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
Fuck this guy.
I'm just spitting right now. I'm just saying, bro. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna betray Luffy, and we're not gonna expect
Bro,
it. It's
I
gonna be
can't-
out of
I-
fucking nowhere. Watch it be like the war, like the final war or something, and Luffy's about to block Blackbeard. Like fucking Zoro comes up and he's just like, "I'm sorry,
I
Luffy."
swear to
Oh,
God.
no.
Yo.
I
I can't
if
put
it was
that on
anyone.
though, bro.
Oh
If
my
it was anyone, I don't think it would
God.
be Zoro.
I don't think
No,
he's
no,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying. I'm just saying.
Bro, I don't think it, bro. I don't think it'd be
No, no.
anybody. So like at that
Yeah, I'm
point, we
saying.
can, if we're gonna talk about anybody, I can't put it past nobody at that point.
I'm
Because
saying,
if it's
bro.
gonna be like it could be, if it's gonna be somebody, it's gonna be anybody. You know what I mean?
Nah,
And he,
I
like-
don't
like-
know. No, it is not going to be Zoro. It
Oh,
will not be
man.
Zoro.
That's not
The
Zoro.
reason Zoro,
Yeah, Zoro too real a
Zoro
nigga.
has
No.
the most unwavering, like the most unwavering loyalty to Luffy than anybody
Yeah,
else.
we don't even gotta talk about this, bro. He said, "Kill me instead." That's all you had.
Yeah,
that's all
he
you
was
had to
he was
do.
definitely
Literally.
willing to give
He
up his whole
Yeah,
dream
but everyone
to
is
save
though. That's the thing,
Luffy.
though. Everyone is though.
Well, I'm not saying
to
it's
the
gonna
way
be-
of Zoro though.
Not-
Zoro
not-
was too out here for that. Even
Bro,
for
you're
the Straw
spitting, bro.
Hat standard.
I agree with you, but I'm saying like everyone is at least at like that base level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like where they would dive. That's all.
Yeah.
I can't even see no one doing it. But I guess that's how you get betrayed, right?
But yeah, that's how betrayal works. Like it's the same thing with like the Akazaya. Nobody thought that Kanjuro was gonna betray them, but he was with them since day one.
That's true.
Like
But I
Like,
think
this is
and
facts.
I think
they were together for literally 20 years. So
is
you
facts.
know,
that's true.
Facts.
like,
So
like
do you
I'm
think?
saying-
So you think if there is a Judas that they have had they've been wanting to deceive or betray Luffy since day one?
if there is a Judas, it's not going to be one of the newer crew members. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
So
that
you
makes-
think that they've had betrayal in their mind for a minute? God damn!
I'm saying if there is a Judas, it's one of the OG Straw Hats.
God
It's one of the OG
damn!
Straw Hats.
Like,
I'm
the
trying to
OG
break my heart with this
OG
one,
Straw
gang. I
Hats
can't.
are the most focused. Well, actually, you know what? I take it back. It could be, and the only reason
Yeah.
why is because they got the most focus. And
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
if
And
someone wants
what
to
a better
betray-
way to break a reader's heart and to get that true feeling of like betrayal and anger for a character than to have that you have to journey with that character for years.
Yo,
But that's why I said
you're
if
even
it
more
was going to be
Imagine-
someone, it
imagine-
would be Usopp. It would be
Like-
Usopp.
Like imagine if like
Chopper, yeah.
Momonosuke joins the crew or Yamato joins the crew and then randomly they box Luffy. You're not gonna get that same feeling.
Yeah.
It's gonna be shocking, but it's not gonna hit you at your core if say like Sanji is just like, you know what, I can't fuck with you no more, Luffy, and he tries some shit, or if like
I mean, that
Usopp
already
wants
happened.
round
though.
2, like, you know,
Now you know who it's gonna be? It's gonna,
Frankie.
Bro,
it's gonna be Shanks, bro.
Nah, no,
Oh,
Chopper.
I'm
Chopper's gonna get tired of that
crying.
shit. Chopper's gonna
I
get
can see
tired
that.
of it.
Bro, not
Yo,
Chopper.
not Chopper.
Not
Chopper's
Chopper,
finna monster
bro.
point the fuck out of. Let me stop.
Not Chopper,
Yo,
bro.
this nigga
Chopper
deep in
going
the
monster
demon,
Yo,
point is
actual
crazy.
demon, son.
bro. Yo, why you even make me think about this shit, bro?
I'm telling you, bro. Just think about it.
I
Like,
will
my
say-
theory makes sense. My theory makes sense, bro. I'm
I
telling
will
you.
say I do agree with it. I could see it happening, and I will say that I do. If somebody does betray them, it will not be. They won't have had the motive from the beginning. Like something will have happened in the future that
it's gonna be
changes
like
their
in a Kaiju
perspective.
Squad
I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
what put Sanji against them, even though he was kind of on his Robin shit, where he wasn't really against them. Like,
Yeah.
he just wanted to help them.
Yeah, like it's
Like-
a situational thing. Like something will happen. There's circumstances.
Yeah. If it,
Rusty-
I can't even imagine like
Dude,
all the
yo,
things.
it's
Luffy did.
Frankie. It's Frankie. Yo.
Blackbeard,
He got
Blackbeard.
programmed. He got programmed, dude.
I'm crying.
Frankie visits Vegapunk and then he just gets.
Sleep,
man,
he's
we
a
got
sleeper
program.
agent, just
You
waiting to be
The same
activated.
niggas that hacked Toei Animation, bro.
Yo, shit.
It's
You
crazy.
never know.
Yo, that's OD.
Oh my goodness, bro. I'm telling you,
One
nah,
Piece,
it's
man.
Shanks, bro. It's Shanks, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro.
See, I see a lot of people think it like it might be Law.
People
Like,
do think Law is
a
like.
lot of people
not
think Law
war.
could be the villain.
Nah.
Well, because when he first came about, he talked about how pirates always betray each other. But I feel like that's why Luffy's the different. Like you
Yeah,
know, and I don't
exactly.
and I want to say that the crew. I don't think the crew would betray him, but man,
Bro,
you're
it's
completely
so
right.
hard to
That
see.
shit would hit.
Bro, it's
That shit
hard
would
to
Like
see.
yeah, like D3 said, it would hit on some crazy next
It
level.
would
Yeah, it
hit,
would,
and it's
it
the
would.
same thing.
It
Like I
would.
said, nobody thought anyone was gonna betray literally Jesus Christ. So,
Bro,
and guess
No
what?
one, one's safe, eh?
Bro,
No
Oda,
one's safe.
Oda writes these interpersonal relationships so well. It's not even between the Straw Hats, but everybody that's on Luffy's side, he makes it so that we believe that they're on Luffy's side. Like he shows their determination and their appreciation and their admiration of Luffy. You know what I mean? Like that's not even just the Straw Hats. This is everybody that ends up being
That's
on Luffy's
interactive.
side or vows for Luffy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it'd be really hard to see anybody. You know, like that shit is crazy, man.
Yeah.
It would, but that, like you said, it would definitely make it hit that much harder if one of them turned around and betrayed him. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I would respect it. I gotta respect it. You know what I mean? I think that would actually be a great story element
Imagine
if you brought it into it. Yeah,
twist.
no, it would be good. Like we would hate it. I would be crying and throwing up, but it would be a great ass twist for sure. 100%.
Yo, but what if Luffy reacts how Whitebeard reacted when he got betrayed?
I
And
could definitely
because
see that.
Luffy saw that moment, like he was there to experience that moment, you know, and then he just hugs that crewmate. He's like, "Nah, you good.
You my nigga anyway, bro. I love you.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
like,
you. I love
Luffy
you.
would never believe it. Like we saw this like 3 times in a row with Nami,
Yeah.
with Robin,
Nah.
and with Sanji.
Yeah,
right?
you're
Like,
right. You're right. You're right.
He's like you're just saying.
Usopp too. Like,
Yeah, like in the
Yeah,
words
yeah.
of my guy Verdi, he said, "You don't even believe that, bro. Like, yo, you're saying some shit like that, but you don't even believe you don't love us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when they said on Arlong Park, Nami stabs Usopp right to save him. She actually just throws him in the water or some shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Yosaku and
Facts.
Johnny said, "Yo, we witnessed her stab Usopp." He's like, "You're fucking lying. Like that's not Nami." You know what I'm saying? Like, he believes it no matter what, and he knew her for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Or what if because I do think Vivi's a part of the crew. What if she comes back and they say did something to her and she betrays them, which is possible because they like embrace her with open arms.
I mean,
we
yeah,
don't
but
know we don't know exactly what
I
happened.
agree with D3's point about that. Is that it wouldn't be a newer crew member because it wouldn't be as impactful. Even though Vivi is an original,
older,
was introduced earlier.
Yeah.
She hasn't been around enough so that to the point where even if she came back randomly and became a Straw Hat for whatever reason, I don't think the impact would be as severe as if it was
That's right.
somebody who's been around longer. You know what I mean? Even Law, like Law's been around longer than Vivi and has definitely had way more of an impact. So that would be more. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
I don't see anyone having a reason.
See, like, I have two theories on it. It could either be one of the Straw Hats, or Luffy could have 12 like fleet admirals with him leading into the war, like in-game war. It could be something like that.
And one of them
Like
could end up betraying. Yeah,
one of those can end up betraying him. But I
That
feel like
seems
it's
more likely. I'm not mad at that. That makes a lot more sense.
I think it's either one of those situations is gonna happen. Like, I feel like Luffy's gonna get betrayed at some point. Like, there's gonna be a Judas effect at some point.
100%.
Bro, I don't even want to think about that.
Yo, the silence, bro. Like, motherfuckers is out here depressed now and shit. Thinking about that shit, bro.
I'm sorry.
I just love all these parallels that fucking Oda does though with Luffy, like Luffy Jesus. Like if you go back to Drum Island when Chopper's with the sled, going over through the moon, like jumping in the air, and Luffy and all them on, like Luffy kind of looks like fucking Santa Claus, like bringing joy back to that island. Like there's many like references of Luffy representing something.
Bro,
can we real quick also?
Doesn't Kuma literally have a fucking Bible? Like there's so many.
He does.
Subtext, bro. Like,
He does. Just to that point, to an extent, real quick, because we are running a long episode. We probably shut it down a little bit, but real quick, can we talk about how unappreciated Skypiea has been with all the information we've gotten now?
Bro, thank you.
I definitely hated Skypiea when I first read it, but
Bro,
like the more I get back into it,
right here.
Unbelievable.
Look, the only reason I didn't like it was because I watched the anime and I got so frustrated. I got so frustrated to seeing this nigga Luffy in that snake stomach for like 15 episodes.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I took so many breaks.
That's fair.
I took so many breaks on Skypiea specifically because it was so drawn out on that snake shit.
Bro, I realize this every time. I know my man Sev's talked about like watching the anime and how he thinks Skypiea's ass, and I'm like, did you watch the anime or the manga? It's always that they watch the anime. The manga, bro, they get on the island, they talk to Conus or whatever. That's like 5 chapters. After that, just pure smoke on Upper Yard, bro. They just scrapping that whole time, bro.
I'll have to go back and read Skypiea.
Bro, I reread a reason like it is just pure smoke. And then like one of the best flashbacks in One Piece with Nolan and Kagara, which has become important in so many fucking arcs.
Right.
Like Nolan was important with the Dressrosa, the Tontata, and then Kagara, the Shandians are being important with the Lunarians and the whole like,
Sky Oda, man. Like he just connects everything, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. This chapter is 25 years in the making, bro.
Literally, 100%. And it's only, can only hope that we get a little bit more insight once we get the next chapter.
I want to have the last, like, I just want to have, I want to like get the guys' opinions. Like, so this last chapter for Luffy, we know we agreed to Delphi Fruit Awakening, but do you guys think next chapter we're going to see like on some Avatar Roku shit, we're going to see Joy Boy, or is it Luffy? I gotta know.
I hope it's Luffy.
I'm thinking Luffy, but yeah. I can see cases for both sides.
Like I said, I think Luffy's dead right now. Like, I don't know. I think it's gonna be just his fruit, just kind of keeping his heart pumping.
They could definitely do the whole like shonen thing where like the protagonist becomes like a bad guy in a bit. They try to do it on Demon Slayer and stuff like later on, and then it's up to the crew and like all his allies to bring him back.
Oh yeah.
If Joe Boy like takes over, but I hope for this case, I hope it's Luffy because it'd definitely be more meaningful that if he beats Kaido.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do think it would cheapen it a little bit if the reincarnation of an 800-year-old god takes over his body and defeats Kaido for him.
Yeah, that would
Like
be kind of
agreed,
ass. That would be kind of
agreed.
ass.
it would
Yeah.
cheapen it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no matter what I got, no matter what I got, trust in Oda.
I feel 100%. I got
Oh, yeah.
faith in Oda. I hope that we can.
100%.
Yeah,
You
no.
will have to at this point. We're too far in now. We
Well,
can't
yeah, like,
we're
if
not
Bounce
turning
happens
back.
in
Yeah,
your
at this
way,
point you
so
gotta
turn
just
it
have
back.
faith.
100%.
That's our goal right there, bro. So I believe, man. I believe.
Oda-
And I do think we're going right back to Luffy. That's what I think. I don't think we're gonna go anywhere else.
I would hope so. I would
Famous
definitely hope so.
last words. By the way.
Famous last words. In before Kaido flashback page 1 2 weeks from now.
bro.
Fit 20 years ago, first page, bro. Nigga's gonna be sick, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, at
not
least-
gonna lie, Oda do that.
Okay, but at least we learned about the Rocks Pirates.
No, but you know what? I
No,
would be
fuck
upset, but at the same time, we've been asking for this flashback for months
Yeah.
now. So like,
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
I can't be 100% mad if we get it now. It would be annoying, but I would still be hyped to see Kaido and his backstory and
Yeah, that
shit.
would
So
be
we'll
sick.
Facts. Facts.
see
Man,
what
this
happens,
episode's 2 hours long already.
man.
Yeah,
Yo, we
we
out
got
here,
it, we
man.
got it.
Bro,
One
Literally
Piece,
the
baby.
most important chapter of One Piece so far. That's all I'm saying.
No, it
Yeah.
had to be done. It definitely had to be
Yeah,
done.
it definitely.
Without
yeah,
a doubt, without a
100%.
doubt.
Yes, I guess that's about it. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we call it?
No, I think that's it.
No?
Beautiful.
Uh,
man.
Nah, I think
Beautiful
that's it.
episode, beautiful episode. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Appreciate everybody that's watching on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Did you guys know Apple Music has a podcast section? Or like
I-
Apple, or like iTunes has
Yeah,
like
it has
there's a
Apple Podcast.
Apple
Podcast.
Podcast. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
just found
Apple
out that. Yeah,
Podcast,
so
yeah.
I saw us on that shit. I had to download all our episodes, like, because I don't have
Yeah.
Spotify, so like I don't be using it, but I have
I'm gonna
Apple,
have to-
so.
I'm gonna have to get hip to that. Let's go.
Yeah, it's sick.
cool.
Yeah, it's mad
That's
sick.
dope.
So
That's
everybody
Yeah, bro.
watching, listening on Apple Music, podcast, and all that good
Shout out
shit.
to Mister for doing all that for
Yeah,
us.
Oh
shout out
yeah,
to Mr.
Mr. the
Goat,
Goat.
pulling it
Mr.
down.
the Goat, bro.
100%, 100%.
Every week, man.
Mr.
Hell yeah.
A goat.
But yeah, this has been Strawhat Sitdown, episode 11. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Appreciate y'all. So next time, take it easy, be safe, healthy. We will see y'all when we see y'all. Take it easy. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace.
Yoo-hoo.
Check
Later,
our
guys.
One Piece.
Peace, guys.